You're watching The 7 from WATE 6 on your side.
Good evening, I'm Bo Williams, and welcome to The 7. Glad you're with us tonight. Let's get a look at the big 7 stories right now. Topping the list for us tonight, no question about it, is the weather. It may be nice outside here in Knoxville right now, but East Tennessee as a whole is prepping for storms. Hard to believe as nice as it's been. Let's check in right now with WATE 6 on your side Storm Team Chief Meteorologist Ken Weathers. Hey, Ken.
Hey, Bo. Yeah, not a huge risk for severe storms, and it's really just for a couple of hours across the area. It was warm today. We're starting to get a little more humidity back into the atmosphere, but we're talking about a very small region here in East Tennessee. Plateau up into western sections of southeast Kentucky. And really the biggest impact from these would be some isolated damaging wind gusts if they develop across the area. Let's take a look right now. The cell that we're mainly watching is south of Columbia and Murfreesboro, so south of the Nashville area. Not a whole lot going on in our region right now other than just some scattered showers. But even as this moves north and eastward, it's going to work its way into a little more stable atmosphere. So here's where we are right now. We'll time it out and stop it for you at 11. That's what I'm talking about. Very low end risk between now and just past sunset. Otherwise, we're staying weather aware into tomorrow morning because we'll still see some scattered rain showers around. Not severe, but scattered rain showers. And we've not had rain in several days, so a lot of oil buildup on the roads. 7 a.m. we've got rain around. Could slow the morning commute. Otherwise, drier by midday. But do you notice these temperatures? Much cooler across the area. I'll tell you how long this cool down is going to last, Bo, coming up in just a few minutes.
All right, Ken, we'll check back with you in a little bit. Next on the Big 7, we are hearing from a daughter who lost both of her parents in a recent crash. Cynthia and Larry Early were killed in an Anderson County car crash last week. Their daughter, Heather, now left to imagine a life without them. Today, she spent the day planning their funerals, but took time to share with us how much the two loved each other.
I just cried, and I didn't think it was real, and then I just reflected and knew that they were always together unless they were working. So it's only right that they went together.
A love that also reflected in how they treated others. Heather says her parents showed care and compassion toward family, friends, and even strangers. Their loss is clearly felt so deeply, but Heather says her faith is strong and it is helping her through this tough time. Next on the Big 7, charges have been filed against a juvenile suspect in a double homicide in the Chuckey community in Greene County. District Attorney General Dan Armstrong was only able to identify that suspect as a minor. TBI says the crime happened at a home on Old Snaps Ferry Road. The victim's 59-year-old Sherry Cole and her grandson, 7-year-old Jesse Allen. Their bodies have now been sent for an autopsy. Neighbor Rosita King lives nearby. She says she is still in shock that a double homicide could happen in her quiet neighborhood.
I know I won't sleep for a while now, knowing it's that close, and especially when I find out how close it was. And the people that, I hope it wasn't anybody at that family house.
We're told the Tennessee Bureau of Investigation and Greene County deputies responded to the call at 11:45 Sunday night. The investigation continued on scene through this afternoon. Our next Big 7 story brings us an undercover operation in Sevier County. We're told TBI agents posted fake online ads trying to catch people looking to have sex with minors. The Bureau shared mugshots of the 8 men arrested in this sting. That's what you're looking at. 5 of the 8 are from Tennessee. The other 3 are from Ohio, Virginia, and Maryland. They are all facing charges of solicitation of a minor. The operation ran over the course of 2 days, starting Thursday of last week. Several police agencies teamed up with the TBI's human trafficking unit in this effort. All 8 suspects were booked into the Sevier County Jail. Next on our list, we are learning more about a shooting that left one person hurt on I-275 yesterday afternoon. According to police reports, the victim of that shooting, identified as 20-year-old Joe McCaleb, is at the center of another shooting investigation where he is accused of pulling the trigger. KPD says it responded to reports of someone in a car chasing after someone else, firing shots 4.5 hours earlier. One of the victims in this incident said McCaleb was the one responsible. McCaleb has not been charged in connection with either shooting, but police believe the incidents are related. He was instead arrested on a felony warrant out of Hamilton County. Next on the Big 7, we are sad to report that Sister Stella Mogan passed away this morning. According to her obituary, she died peacefully after an extended illness. Sister Stella worked in education in many Catholic schools here in Tennessee. She also served in health care at St. Mary's Medical Center in Knoxville. A lot of you may remember she teamed up with Peyton Manning in several award-winning commercials for St. Mary's, throwing a football with them. Sister Stella was 90 years old. Rounding out the Big 7 for us, some Sevier County residents fighting now to conserve a large portion of land in the Wares Valley area. Within 24 hours, Cove Mountain was on the market, and then it wasn't. After lawsuits filed by those who do not want to see the property developed, we're told anytime there is a pending lawsuit on a piece of land, that land cannot be sold or entered into any kind of agreement to buy or sell.
I spoke to one of the last property owners. He said, "Hey," he said, "we just got served with some more paperwork on the lower farm." There's still a pending lawsuit on the upper 1,000-acre project.
Conservation groups have been trying to preserve nearly 1,400 acres of Cove Mountain for years. One of the groups even showed interest in the property during the short time that it was up for sale. We're told it could take 24 hours to several years to have all of these lawsuits settled. The realtor says he will not put it back on the market until all of that is finalized.